In this video, we're going to be talking about how to use music to help structure your swim lessons when you're working with children with special needs. I really love singing songs with my kiddos because music seems to be a universal language. Even if the child is not yet speaking verbally, they understand songs and they learn the routine of a song and they find them comforting. And as a swim instructor, I'm sure you're already using tons of songs when you're working with your little guys. So this is just an extension of what you're already doing. Here's the tips you need to know when you're working with special needs. You want to choose something that is repetitive. I like to have a song that I use over and over and over again to help structure the swim lesson for the child. Think about it. If you're having a hard time understanding what's being said to you and you're having a hard time making sense of the world around you, it might be kind of scary to be in a swim lesson when you don't know what's going to happen next and all the time it's different. And even though the instructor is talking to you, you don't understand it. And so that can create anxiety. The solution for that is if you use a song that structures the session, they start to learn that song very quickly and it will help them to understand what to expect next. It's really useful for your kids that might be a little bit more anxious in the pool to do something like this. The song that I like to use is called Tick-Tock, and I actually learned this from my son's swim instructor. The song goes like this: tick-tock, tick-tock, I'm a little cuckoo clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock, I'm gonna strike at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock is bubbles, or whatever it is that the skill that you're going to address next is. So it might be bubbles or arms or kicking or back float or front float or gliding. Whatever the skill is, that's what the o'clock is. So we always start out by traveling to our workstation, and the workstation is simply a location on the wall where I want them to hold on, or it might be my swim island where I've dropped down a swim step into the water and I'm having them stand on it. But it's a designated location that they know every time we go there, we're going to be beginning or ending an activity. So we move to our workstation, and then we put our hands up, and oftentimes the kids put their hands on mine and we sing the song, and I'll say, 1 o'clock is whatever, and then we implement that activity. If it's bubbles, we're blowing our bubbles. And then at the end of every task, when I'm ready to transition to the next one, I also use predictable language. So at that point, I'll say, bubbles are all done to the workstation. And then I take them back to the workstation and we do the tick-tocks again. And then the 2 o'clock is arms or whatever. And I take them through the o'clocks with each of the skills. And now by using this predictable song and the predictable workstation and the predictable cue that something is all done, it really helps the child to understand what to expect next, and it brings that anxiety down. The one last tip I have is that it's so much fun if you make the last o'clock mystery hour. So let's say we made it to 6 o'clock. I'll say 6 o'clock is mystery hour. And that's where the child gets to choose what they want to do for 6 o'clock. So it's repeating one of the skills you've done earlier, or if there's a game or something that they enjoy doing, they get to choose it. And mystery hour is always the last o'clock that we do so that they know the swim lesson is coming to an end. Now, on top of using a predictable song to create structure, to take them from one task to another, I also like to create predictability by using the same song for the same skills every week, week after week, or lesson after lesson. So every single time we do bubbles, I sing Tiny Tim. Every single time we do kicking on the wall, I sing the ABCs. Having that specific song for each skill and you repeat it over and over again, it really helps cue them into what the expectations are, even if their language skills aren't that well developed. So tune up your singing voice and get ready to use songs to help motivate your kids and also to help them to know what to expect next. I'll see you in the next video.